Hello, hello. Am I in focus? I hope so. Gotta have those manual settings. 'Cause this lens is so loud! Welcome to my studio. I was supposed to have a shoot here today, but that didn't happen. Well, it happened, but it was a disaster. Alright, testing. If my chair rolls, I'm gonna be out of focus. Haha. Alright. Let's check out those levels. The levels are looking good, looking good. Ooh. Ooh. Ha 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 ha. Alright, so now we have autofocus, and we should have sound that I can sync up to that sound and cancel out the autofocus. Life is getting better today. Let's discuss what happened. So 2 models came over for a shoot today, and as I was testing the lighting, we kept noticing the photos were very gray, green. There was just a weird color distortion. And it seemed like the colors were linked to like highlights. So naturally I thought that it was my lamp. So I wondered if I needed a new bulb for my flash. I did not. However, I did for the next 2 hours while the models are still here. Sat there changing settings in my camera, changing settings on the lights, wondering if maybe my flash trigger was the problem. I checked so many things, and I would keep calling a model over and asking, like, hey, come stand in real quick. Maybe I fixed it. But there was still this green tinge on everything. Oh, man. It's so disheartening whenever you've got people in your studio and you know the settings, you know your lights, you know your cameras, and you cannot make anything work. God, it was a really horrible morning. So anyways, what can you do? You got to keep going on. And if this is what you do, you have to find the problem. And it's really hard to be objective and really hard to dig in and really hard to look whenever your brain is just in this place of, I have just failed so hard. Now, luckily, these models have worked with me before, and we've done amazing work together. So there was, they were absolutely understanding, and I've been in contact with them since the shoot, giving them updates on what I found and problem solving and stuff. And it wasn't until I realized that I was gonna need to absolutely reset everything. I did a hard reset on my camera. I cleared all of the custom functions, went back, rewrote the custom functions that I wanted, just trying everything. I did some tests outside because I didn't want to trust the light. And whenever I was viewing the images on the LCD of the camera, I noticed absolutely no green. So, oh, it's getting serious over there. The dog is barking at someone or growling. Murr. I am so scary. He's not. He welches in the face of danger. Like the grape juice. Okay, so where were we? So anyways, to wrap up a really long story short, after realizing that I didn't see that green tinge on the back LCD of the camera, I thought to myself, hey, why don't open your other computer, load some images on there, and just see? And sure enough, I had a completely miscalibrated monitor. I should have known this was going to happen. I importantly have a PC that I built myself. So I have a dedicated GPU separate from my CPU. And there are specific softwares that do run and integrate that GPU with my Windows operating system. And it's also important to note that there are drivers and launching software. So the launching software runs the drivers, but the launching software works in conjunction with your color management system for your operating system, in this case Windows 10. It's going to work a little bit differently if you do not have a dedicated GPU, or you have a system that is, more integrated than mine is. For instance, if you have any MacBook or MacBook Pro, Mac Air, your GPU is going to be integrated with your CPU, even if you have an Intel computer. So that's called an APU, in case you wanted to know. So that APU should be fine, and your system updating should take care of any drivers or issues as you would have them. However, if you are a person that finds yourself with a dedicated GPU and you have a driver issue or software issue, know that once you resolve that, you will need to go back into that GPU software and you will need to do some corrections. You may even need to do some corrections in your operating system software because you had to update or add a driver that had gotten corrupted, remove a driver that had gotten corrupted. But at any rate, you're going to be adding a driver back, and it's very important to make sure that all that is integrated because, as I learned today, it can really, 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 really ruin everything if you think you're not getting what you want, even though you are. And the amount of belief you can lose in yourself while going through this is pretty epic. So, check your drivers, check your software, make sure that your monitor is calibrated. And check the software first. There's no reason to calibrate your monitor and then go and realize a driver's out of whack or a software setting is turned off, which is what had happened in my case. I had not gone and messed with my display settings inside the GPU software. And, that was my problem. So it was a fairly simple fix once I realized what it was. And it was very, very, very nice that I didn't have to go out, get a monitor calibration device of some kind. Because, those can range anywhere from $100 to $400. And I'm guessing the $400 ones are very, 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 very worth it. Color accuracy is absolutely paramount to photography. You can spend so much money ensuring your color accuracy, and that is probably where I would, point people into going if they were getting into photography instead of spending, thousands of dollars on lenses and cameras. Spend hundreds of dollars on color checkers and monitor calibration devices and monitors. Those are going to be so, so, so important. The end image is all that matters, as I hopefully have demonstrated today. It is very worth your time to have the correct colors. All right, well, I think that's it, unless I watch this and I realize that this is complete rubbish and that my now third take of talking to you, one I did not use because I was out of focus. The second one I did not use because I did not have a memory card in my camera, and I don't have a screen looking at me to tell me that I did not have a memory card in my camera. So this was pretty polished compared to the other two, but it was definitely rambly. I didn't write a script out. I'm just kind of living off the emotions of today and speaking from the heart. But seriously, um, I am really, really, really happy that I didn't completely bungle a shoot, even though I completely bungled a shoot. Anyways, have fun. Calibrate your monitors.